The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or Once Upon a Time in the West. Dario Argento is involved here, of course, and as in a non-director role. Yes, on Once Upon a Time in the West, some people forget that with regards to Argento. The Once Upon a Time in the West of the 1970s genre exploitation film. This is the apotheosis of that style, and it is an absolute epic. It takes all of the tropes of this genre and proves that it can exist within a critically identifiably artful format. When one watches it initially, perhaps, which, and I say that assuming that people are going to be watching it in adolescence, perhaps, as I did for better or worse. I guess that was normal at the time of its release, too, to be fair. Anyway, Dawn of the Dead by Romero, you watch it in your adolescence and you assume it's this horror zombie action thriller affair with some satirical social commentary undertones. You watch it as an adult and you realize every decision made within the film was very considered. I mean, this is from the cheap, make it decide as we go along. This is so methodical. This is I've few films make me consider how determined and convicted the director was over the production. Not only is Dawn of the Dead one of the most viscerally entertaining and sort of lizard brain gratifying films of all time, I genuinely think it's one of the most impressive productions of all time from any nation, any decade in film history. I couldn't be more fond of Dawn of the Dead, to be honest. And sometimes I hear nowadays people saying things like, oh, you know what, actually, now it's Day of the Dead. That was the finest of the Romero trilogy. I love Day of the Dead, but I think we need to get real here. Well, one, Day of the Dead is not better than Night of the Living Dead. That's a joke. But Dawn is not only the best film of this trilogy, genre, there are very few films which are more sheerly likable than this one.